How's it going, everybody? This is Sean here, and today we are going to review the JBL 305P Mark II speakers. How's it going, everybody? This is Sean here. Now, I wanted to do a review on these speakers because I was thoroughly impressed with them. From a professional standpoint and from an audio standpoint, I really love these speakers, and I would have never thought to buy JBLs, especially studio monitors, especially coming from using Mackies and Yamahas before. But we'll do a little bit of comparison later. I would like to tell you how I came across finding these little gems, though. I'm part of a tech team for a local church, and they just moved into a bigger church. They needed more equipment. We got our own tech room that facilitates live production, audio, live streaming, everything like that. And the tech leader swore by these speakers, and he ordered a pair of them. And I got to say, once we turned these things on, I was thoroughly amazed. The punchy bass, the warm mid-tones, the crystal clear highs in the sounds of these speakers, they captivated me, and it created an overall great experience. So I had to get me a pair of these things, as you can see. So I love these speakers, and like I said, I've always professionally preferred Mackie speakers, especially in a studio environment. So whether you're a YouTube creator or you're a productionist or you're a musician and you're creating music, you know that you need substantial sound. You know that you need to be able to hear the playback of your music, your sounds back to get crisp, pristine clarity for your viewers and listeners, and you'll be able to achieve that with these JBL 305Ps Mark IIs. The Mark Is too, I might add, I've heard those as well, and they are pretty much indistinguishable except for a couple little features I'm going to go over with you here in just a minute. Alright, so let's go over the specs real quick of the JBL 305 MK2. First of all, these got a low frequency driver that's 127 millimeters, and then some high frequency drivers that are 25 millimeters. They're all soft dome, and I got to tell you one other thing is that these speakers are not small. I literally thought the casing for these 5-inch speakers, I thought it was an 8-inch speaker in this box. Like literally, I thought it was at least an 8, possibly a 10-inch speaker. The box is huge. It's 11.7 inches. High, the width of it is 7.3, and the depth goes back 9.1 inches, almost a foot. So these are very well built, solid speakers that are very pristine and very much worth the $99 to $150 price point, in my opinion. I love these speakers. The only time I ever used JBLs before was honestly when we were gigging out, and the PA system that we were using had either JBLs or Yamaha speakers, had the subwoofers and the whole setup, depending on where I was playing at. That was the only time I ever really heard JBLs. But when it comes to studio monitors, I really never considered JBLs, and that's why I wanted to make this video, because these things blew me away. They are just so crisp and clear and punchy, and they drive every note home, and I love it. You can see here that the coverage pattern is 120 by 90 degrees. So if you know how to make a 90-degree angle in 3 dimensions, your horizontal and vertical go up 120 degrees, which is 30 degrees more than the 90. You'll be able to clearly see the range in which these speakers cover. The signal to noise ratio is actually pretty good too. 75 decibels A-weighted and 70 dBr, and the unweighted is 2.83 VRMS. So these are really good, captivating speakers. You can see the frequency response, 49 hertz to 20 kilohertz, plus or minus that 3 decibel tolerance. Really good speakers, really good speakers. So let's go ahead and let's check out the comparison real quick. Now, This is just my honest opinion, based on the speakers that I've used before. So let me show you these speakers. I'll talk to you about them. We'll go over the stats here, and you can see for yourself that they actually, do have a couple more factors that drive them home side by side compared with these other speakers. So let's check this out. So I've used all of these speakers in a professional environment and setting. I've used these KRKs, which honestly I really wasn't that impressed with. I mean, they sound good, they sound clear, but they didn't have that punch and that pizzazz that you're going to get out of these JBLs. Now, all my life I've used Mackies. All right, these are the MKII series. You can see they're $170 a piece. I've used the 8-inch, the 10-inch, which are almost $300 a piece, and this is what I've swore by. Now, comparing this Mach 3 to this Mach 2 JBL 3 series, I would have to say the JBL gives the Mackie a run for its money. Now, in a professional studio environment, you're looking for pristineness. You want all the overtones gone. You want to be able to hear all the different notes, all the different frequencies, all the different tones, so that you don't miss anything. So you want flat response when producing, recording, and mastering any type of sound. And you can do that with Mackies awesomely. And I love them. I'm not putting them down. But with the JBLs, you can do that. Plus, you can actually get in there and wall out some sound that makes it sound and give that experience that your users and your listeners want to hear. Now, the PreSonus Studio Series, they weren't too bad, but I wasn't thoroughly impressed. Yamahas, yes, I love Yamahas. Comparatively to Mackies, all very good speakers. But you're going to pay a lot more for the Yamahas than the JBLs. And honestly, I can say that all these that I've picked out here, they either hang with the JBL or they can't even compete. I'm really kind of stuck in the middle with these JBLs. I really love them. I'm sure if you get them, you'll love them. Like I said, they're massive speakers, so you be ready to have some space cleared off your shelves to actually put them up for you. But you can see here the frequency response is much higher than everything except for these Yamahas, which, like I said, Yamahas, that's professional grade. Another thing I want to show you real quick, let me get back over here, is I wanted to show you this new little feature that they have that is really super cool. On these JBLs that I didn't see on the Mackies, nor did I see on the Yamahas. But let's go ahead and get over here and we'll check this out real quick. Where is it? Let me find it. It is called the new boundary EQ settings. Now, these boundary EQ settings, you can see here, this is the back. You got the XLR quarter-inch jack. You can tweak the input sensitivity, and you can trim off a few decibels on your mid-range and your low-frequency drivers. You got your volume level, which you can atone for there. Right now, like, these things are super loud. You can hear them all the way downstairs from my house, out in the garage with all the doors shut between here and there, while it's on number 7. So these things kick, man. These are loud speakers. I love them. They're awesome. Right now, I've got my boundary EQ set on -3 decibels, just like it shows here in the picture. And you can see here this boundary EQ. It lets you trim out the sound so that way you can compensate frequency in your environment. So if you play around with this a little bit, if you have a really dry room, you can add some wetness to it. If you have a really hollow room, you can dampen it out. And you can play around with these little settings and trim out specific frequencies to get the tone that's going to best fit your environment in your room. And that's what I thought is really super cool about this. Now, the Yamahas, they've got something similar to this, but it's a little bit more technical. And this just makes it a lot more easier, and it just makes it sound really super cool. And like I said, I love these speakers. These are great speakers. From the first time I heard them in the church tech booth till now, like, I had to get me a pair of these things because they are just clear, they are punchy, they are buoyant, and they're awesome speakers. That's all I can say about them. If you're on the fence about trying to find some studio monitors, take it from me. You'll fall in love with these speakers if you get them. So check it out. That's all I wanted to do for this review today. So if you got anything to say, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you need to know some more information or think I could have done this video a little bit differently, or something I could have done to make this a better experience for you, please leave your comments below. Curiosity killed the cat. Being nice never killed anything. So I love you guys. Thank you for checking out this review. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you later.